the first card you have, your pasts, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a very, it's a bit of a complex card, lots of things going on, lots of different things. And I'm just looking at the Fool card there as well, and I can see some parallels between the two. Probably sounds a bit strange to you, but I can. I'm seeing a kind of a story between the two. So I'm going to talk about them together. So with the Ten of Pentacles, it's about, you know, building things up for yourself, building up your future, all of that. Yeah, this actually feels a bit, not lonely, but it feels alone. It's like, I have to do this by myself. No one else is going to help me. I'm all by myself. I'm doing this alone. And so you might have been alone, you might not have been alone, but you felt alone with a responsibility. It's like, you're very responsible. I have to do this. I'm the only one who cares about this. I'm doing this. So there are two sides to this, how you felt about this, I think. You know, I think part of you felt like, yes, I've got this responsibility, I'm empowered, I'm doing this, I'm strong, I know what I'm doing. So there's all that side. And then there's the other side. So there were times when I think you caught yourself kind of thinking, oh, well, can't someone else be responsible? You know, can someone else do this for once? You know, it's like that kind of thing. And, oh, what if anything happens to me? If I'm the only one who's responsible, you know, what will happen? So it's all that kind of worry as well. And there was, maybe you even had a little bit of anxiety about this, because it looks as if that worry is deep inside you. You know, you get that kind of feeling of, oh, what's going to happen? If you let yourself think about that, it's like, oh, what will happen in the future? What am I going to do in the future? What's happening to me in the future? So it's in there, deep in there. And I think a lot of the time you don't let yourself think that. You just say, right, I've got to get on with it. I'm responsible. But then when you sit down sometimes and you rest your mind, that anxiety comes up about the future. There's a lot of responsibility. You're holding a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. That's what I'm getting. And I think you separated from someone, or you had to let someone go, or something didn't work, a love situation, because of that, because you were the responsible one in this relationship. I'm seeing a lot of playing around. This is where I'm seeing this Fool card. So playing around, not really responsible, and you're the responsible one in the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, maybe they might have even been playing around with other people. There might have been, you might have suspected that, you know, there was some overlap. So maybe, you know, you broke up and they were quickly with someone else. So you're like, oh, maybe they were already with that person. So there's some kind of suspicion there. Or it might have been, you know, they were just talking to other people, or there might have even been a third party. But there was a lot of playing around, not very responsible in a lot of different areas. And I'm just getting this, you know, it's like, oh, I'm too old for this. I've got responsibilities. I can't wait around for some kind of fool or joker or whatever. It's like, I've got real problems here. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. And, you know, I think when you're first with this person, or when you're first talking to them, you know, there were a bit of an escape for you, I think. And it was like, oh, it's a bit fun. I'm going to escape. I'm going to have some fun and talk to this person. And so there were a bit of an escape for you, especially in the beginning. It was all fun and exciting. And a lot of relationships are like that at the beginning, because you don't really know each other. You're all kind of on your best behavior. You're all having fun, doing things. And I think in the beginning, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some words here. I'm seeing little messages. And they're like sweet messages, text messages. And it's really nice. It gives you a good feeling. It's like, I don't know if this is going to make sense. It's kind of like they had a cute little funny way of saying things, certain words. And when you read those words, it made you smile. It gave you an escape. And I think they have a certain way of saying things or speaking that's very different to anyone else you've ever kind of spoken to. So, you know, if you read those kinds of words again in that sequence, or things they said or something, it reminds you of them. So I think that was what happened. But, you know, there was too much playing around. There's a siren. So there's the warning. There's the warning. Don't go with someone who's playing around. Let's just wait till that goes away. Okay, so, yeah, so I think, you know, you just didn't want any more of this playing. You're too responsible, and you live in the real world. You live in the real world because it was fun. There was this fantasy thing, and it's fun to go over to fantasy land sometimes, but you live in the real world. You can go to Disneyland, it's fun, but you can't live there. So I think how they were and how they acted as well was very different as well. So it's like they spoke one way, promised things or fun and all these lovely things, and the actions were very different. So it's like, I can't sit around waiting for this fool. I can't wait for this person who's playing around to start being responsible, and I can't wait for the actions to suddenly start matching up with the words. I don't think they're ever going to do that. So I think that's what you were thinking. And so that was the end of that. So kind of very sad, because you missed that. You didn't have that escape. You had all the responsibility then and not the escape. But I think you're better off, because, if you've got someone like that relying on you who's playing around, that's even worse than being by yourself, I think. So I think that was kind of what happened there, if that resonates with you. Okay, so the last card you have, your past's Justice. Okay, so this is quite a... Okay, so this is a specific thing, I think. So it's I think this might go right back to your past, way back, but it's coming up here now. Usually when things from way back in your past come back again, there's some connection. Either they're going to show up, talk to you, you're going to hear about them, something like that. It's going to happen sometime soon. So maybe that's why this is coming up here. This is a very troubled person. It's not the same person as the Fool card. This is a completely different person. This isn't a love connection. This is a platonic person, like a friend or a relative, someone who was very problematic. They had a lot of trouble. I think they might have had problems with the law, because this is the Justice card. It feels like their life was a bit kind of in turmoil, chaos, all of that kind of thing. They might even struggle with the basics of life, just getting themselves together. Now, you used to really, really care about this person at one time. And again, I think between you and this person, you were the more responsible one. So there's a pattern forming here. You're quite responsible compared to a lot of other people in your life. Maybe not now, but at one time, maybe now as well. You're the responsible one. You have a lot of irresponsible people around, or people who rely on you. And this is one of these people, but this is from your past. So, I think you tried to help them for a while and you were there for them, but then, it was like, okay, enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. And I think you just, they needed to help themselves, really. You couldn't do this for them. And I think, you separated from this person. They're stuck. I'm getting this really stuck feeling around them. They're stuck in a way of being. They're stuck in a way of living their life. They can't get out of that. Very chaotic. Yeah, there might be addiction problems around this person, because that kind of fits in with that chaotic lifestyle, and it fits in with someone being stuck in a certain position and they can't get out. Addiction is kind of works in with that. So, and you've got the Devil card here as well. So it might be that, doesn't have to be. Now, I think there might be something coming up where, how do I explain this? I don't know. It feels like something formal is coming up, an institution. So it might be literally, because this is justice, it might be a court case. It might be that you're asked to be a witness. It might be that you're asked to answer a question. It doesn't have to be in court. It might just be someone asking you something. I don't know. I don't want you to stress about this. It doesn't have to be super formal. I don't know what it is. It might just be someone asking you something. So what do you know about this person? Or do you know where they are? Or have you seen them? Do you have their address? It might be just something simple like that. But I think no matter what this is, whatever this is, there's some connection that's going to come up with this person again, if you know who this is. It's going to really bring up a lot of old memories for you, because I think this person belongs to a time in your past that might have been a problematic time for you as well. And so when you remember this person again, it's going to open up a whole lot of things, memories for you, because this was a different life for you. It was like another life for you. So, yeah, you're going to be asked something, or something's going to come up around this person. Very difficult person. I think they are still having the same problems that they've always had. It doesn't feel like they've changed because there's this stuck thing around them. But yeah, you're going to be asked, or you're going to hear about something, or you're going to have to contribute to something to do with this person, and it's going to bring up all these memories again. So you've got a bit of an emotional time ahead of you, lots of old memories being brought up for you, if this hasn't happened to you already. So, but don't worry, because it's nothing big and serious. You don't have to do anything. It feels like options. It feels like it's optional, so you can opt out of that. You don't have to do this, but it's still, you can't opt out of the memories. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't opt out of the memories. So once you get this question or hear this thing, the memory is going to come back. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the first card you have, your presence, the King of Cups. Do you know what? I think this ex, this Joker, the Fool card person, I probably shouldn't say the Joker, because cross-watchers be angry with me, but it doesn't have to be about you, cross-watchers. Okay, so this person in the Fool card, this is what I'm seeing with them. This is just coming up here now with this King of Cups. So I think they're with someone else. I think there's a lot that they're hiding from this new person. They're not saying a lot. I think they might be saying a lot of negative things about you to them, and I think this is what they do. If they've said that to you, if say when they're with you, if they said, oh, I've got this horrible ex behind me, they're crazy, they're terrible, they do this horrible thing. If they've said that to you about an ex, they're saying that about you to this new person. That's what I'm seeing. Now, they're doing this, and I think what they're doing is they're doing that to hide something. And what it is that they're hiding is, I think that they still have feelings for you. So I'm seeing that very clearly. So they're hiding their feelings for you. They have a lot of very mixed feelings for you. Because the thing about this King of Cups is, he's got a poker face. You know, we can't tell what he's thinking. So they're hiding their feelings quite well, I think. And yeah, they're with someone else, so that makes sense. They'd be doing that. It feels like their relationship's not that stable, and it can't be if they have feelings for you. So they're putting on a big front. They might be, you know, posting pictures of themselves with this person smiling and showing a front to the world. But on the inside, I think things are a lot different with how they're feeling. Because if you look at this king, he's just sitting here. He's just sitting here. He looks really composed. He's not moving. He looks like he has everything together. He's beautifully dressed and everything. But there are all these waves of emotion kind of all around him, going up and down. And so the way he appears might not be how he's actually feeling on the inside. And so, yeah, there are lots and lots of mixed feelings with this person. They go from angry to sad to missing you to back again, all that, because there's red and blue here. So there's hot, cold, so they go backwards and forwards. And yeah, they do miss you. They really do. But they don't want to miss you. It's like, oh, I wish I didn't miss them. I wish I didn't miss you, but I do. I can't help it. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know if you're sensing this. You might be sensing this. You might be feeling this energy coming from them, because you do that. You do sense things quite often. But, you know, I don't think you're going to want this person back if they do come back into your life again, because they played around. They just were not stable enough for you. You are responsible, and you need someone on the other end to step up with you, and they just weren't doing that. So I'm not seeing you willing to go back. And I don't even know if they're going to come back and approach you. They might not do that, but that's just what they're thinking and feeling. Doesn't mean they're going to act on that. So that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the next card you have, your presence, the Three of Swords. Yes. No one wants this card. It's a horrible card. So it doesn't look too bad. This is really just showing me again what came out of this breakup, this heartbreak. And I think what happened was, yeah, you just became even more sure that what you truly want is stability more than anything else. So yeah, this is another card showing me that you definitely are not going to go, well, You probably are. You're probably not going to go back to this person in the King of Cups, in the Fool card. So, if you look at this heart and these swords, they're kind of floating around in the air. The heart's not leaning on anything. It's not holding onto anything. There's nothing holding it up. There's nothing stable around it. It's kind of being tossed around in a storm, really. So it's very unstable. And if you look at where the swords are pointing, they're pointing down toward the earth. So that's where you're pointing toward. That's where your arrow is pointing toward. You want to go toward the stability in love. So the heart and the arrows and the swords are pointing down to where you want to go. So that's what that's showing me, and it's showing you again that no, you're not interested in this person. You want stability in the future. The other thing I'm getting in this card is it feels like a split in a group or a division. It actually feels like family. Now, it might be that I don't think you're directly involved in this. It does feel like a family division. Yeah, I think you might be going to be around family soon, or you might be already, I don't know, because it's that time of year, visiting family and all of that. So there's some kind of disagreement, and that's what's kind of splitting these groups up. And it looks as if it's around something concrete, something tangible, things, items, might be money, might be an inheritance. I don't think it's an inheritance, because that can split the heart and split the family in inheritance, but it doesn't feel like a big amount. It actually feels like someone's making this more important than it should be. My instincts when I look at this are, to warn you, to distance yourself from this whole drama. There's one specific person in the middle of this, and I feel as if you don't really get along with this person. They're quite a difficult person. They feel as if they're left out all the time. I'm getting this, I want my share. It's not fair, because this is a division, so they want their share of whatever this thing is. And I wouldn't get involved if I were you. Because if someone goes onto one side and you go on that side, and then they talk and you go on the other side, it's a big mess. You just don't want to be in this. But it's not all bad. I'm not saying when you go and meet your family, it's all going to be terrible. There is that element there, but it's not the whole thing. There is some relaxation there when you do spend your time with your family, if this resonates with you. You've got the Empress here as well, so it's not all bad. But yeah, I have to give you that message, because I'm getting that warning to stay away from that kind of drama around the family, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so yeah, the last card you have, your presence, the Empress, which is absolutely beautiful. I love the Empress. You need this relaxation. You need this. You've got all this responsibility, and this is what you need. So yeah, relaxation time, rest time, nurturing yourself. I keep on seeing family, but this actually feels like you're going to be by yourself for a while. I don't think this isn't loneliness. This Empress does not look lonely at all. She looks very happy where she is. So, I think, you're just choosing to be by yourself for a while. I keep on seeing this all through this reading. You have this big sense of responsibility, and I was getting that in the Fool card, in the Justice card, everywhere really. This big sense of, I'm the responsible one. I care for people. I have lots of people around me who aren't very responsible. And I think in this year, it feels like you did cut a lot of people who, there might have been some people who were actually using you. It might have been that bad. And I think you actually did distance yourself, or even cut yourself off from some of those people. Lots and lots and lots of people that you did care about, some of them you got rid of, because the Empress has got this beautiful crown, and there are 12 stars in her crown, so that represents everyone. So she cares about every single person, and you care about a lot of people, but I think it just became enough for you, and you just had to get rid of people. I don't mean get rid, but you just had to kind of distance or cut some people out. So you know, you have to think, who deserves my care? Who doesn't deserve my care? Who actually cares about me? Who is there for me when I need them? And who just kind of uses me? So I think you're sorting through a few of those people during the year. And so there is a bit of a gap now there where those people used to be. But I think it's the right thing to have this gap here, because what I'm seeing with this Empress card is the Empress card can be about abundance. So I think there is something coming in for you. I think it's coming in next year. I think it's some money coming into you. So I think you cleared those people away so that you could let this abundance come in, if that makes sense. Because, you know, if you have people taking from you, especially if you have users around you, and then you come into an abundance, well, of course, they'll stick around even more and make life more difficult and try and take more and more and more. And so to stop that from happening, I don't think you realised that was what's happening, but you were kind of preparing for that to happen for you next year. So that's going to come in next year. Really, really good timing, because you've gotten rid of these people. It sounds horrible, gotten rid of, but you've kind of distanced yourself from these using people. And so it's happened at the right time for you to get this abundance that's coming in for you. And I think it's coming in early next year. That's what I'm seeing. There's some money coming in. Okay, so I'll go on to the future now. And just looking at this future, all these cards, they look pretty awful, I have to say. I hate seeing these cards at the end. They're really terrible. But I'm going to talk about all of them together, because I think just looking at these cards, it looks like they're to do with this person in the Justice card. This very difficult person who's coming back into your life in some way. You're going to hear of them or something like that. So we've got the Ten of Swords and we've got the Four of Cups, and then we've got the horrible Devil at the end. So so I think this is about the situation in the Judgment card. Now again, you have distanced yourself from a lot of people who are just taking and taking and taking. I'm seeing that in the Empress card. I think your default is, your true nature is to care for people though. You still have that very caring nature. It's still in there. It's still in there. So I think this person in the Judgment card, they go through a lot of struggles in their life. They don't make the best choices. I think it might be them now. I'm seeing that they might actually come to you. They might get back into contact with you. And I'm seeing a question. It feels like a request actually. It's a request for something. It might be money. It might be money. So, it might be money, because I think there's a lot of uneasiness around this. My feeling is you'll probably be thinking about this because you do care about them. You're like, oh, I care about them. I don't want anything to happen to them. What should I do? I want to help, but I don't know what to do. So you might be thinking backwards and forwards, you know, because they're in the Judgment card. Sorry, not the Judgment, the Justice card, I should say. So, you know, you've got those scales going up and down, and, you know, you're going, oh, you know, what should I do? This or that, this or that. So, what's going to happen is, I think, you might actually end up offering them something. Sorry, I keep on saying Judgment instead of Justice card. I'm sorry about that. I think you are going to offer them something. It's going to be some kind of help or something like that. This is what I'm seeing here. Some kind of help. It's something like that. I don't think it's money. I don't think it's money. I don't think it's what they want. They might not ask you for money, but I think it might be that. But whatever you offer them, whatever you say, okay, I can help you with this, it's not going to be what they want. Because look at the Four of Cups, he's rejecting the offer. So it might be that, again, I think it might be they're requesting money, they ask you for money, you don't think that's the right thing for them or for you, especially if they have an addiction problem, which I was seeing in the Justice card, and now I'm seeing it again here in the Devil card down here. So it might be that, and that's probably a reason why you don't want to give someone money, obviously. So it might be that, and they can't get themselves together. I keep on seeing that. So So there's a request from them, there's a struggle in your mind, then there's a rejection of what you offer them. And I think in the end, it's a really sad ending, actually. I hate seeing this at the end, but this is what I've got here. So this is what I have to talk about. So I think you might have to distance yourself from them in the end, or they might do that to you. You know, it's sad, but I think you're doing the right thing by not giving the money if this is what's happening. And you know, they need to help themselves. And I think it's the same problem just repeating itself that was in the Justice card. Same problem again, repeating itself again. They're still in the same problem. And that's what happens with the devil. It's just the same thing, the same toxic thing repeats itself again and again and again. So they really need to help themselves. And you know, you can't help them by giving them money, and I think you know that. So, okay, so I'll just finish there. I know that was a really horrible ending, but I can only read what I'm seeing.